We're back here on Tri-State Sports Talk on AM 730 KWOA. We get a chance to catch up with a young man having a fantastic season and career out at Dakota Wesleyan University in Mitchell, South Dakota. Joining us today is Jalen Voss. Hey, Jay, how you doing, man?
Good. How about you?
Doing great. Thanks for joining us here on the program. As well, let's talk a little bit about this season, and we'll kind of dive in the career as well. Obviously, you're coming into your junior season with Dakota Wesleyan, coming off a season where you're first team Great Plains All-Athletic Conference and an honorable mention All-American choice from last season. And the Tigers yourselves, you guys kind of been slowly improving throughout the years, and then all of a sudden here you got a new coach coming in with Matt Wilbur taking over. So I guess going into this season, what's your thoughts and what's your feelings going in to a year with a brand new coach?
Mm-hmm. Well, he came, last year about, midsummer, or what was it, beginning of the summer, whatever it was. And, we were all there for the process to pick him, and, the whole team kind of had a pretty big say in who we got. And, we kind of came to the consensus that Wilbur was the guy we wanted to be our coach. And, as we went throughout the off season and the preseason and stuff like that, it just seemed like, he was just the right fit and everything. But we didn't know what to expect as far as him coaching in games and stuff like that. So, but the first couple games, it just really, it just kind of solidified, that was the right decision, and we definitely made the good choice.
Talk about the off season, Jalen. Obviously, you've been improving as you go throughout your college career, and last summer you stayed out in Mitchell, and one of the things Coach Wilbur said was you were either in the weight room or in the gym if you weren't working. He was so impressed with your work ethic. So, what led to them just making that decision to stay out there?
Well, I didn't really. I don't know. I guess it was just kind of. I knew that I didn't really want to go home again for another summer, just because. A lot of my friends were here around this area, and a lot of people that I, hung out with in high school and stuff weren't going back home either. So I think it just kind of just one day I was just kind of like, what, I might as well just stay in Mitchell and, work out and get better. And, I just decided that was the best option for me, and, it turned out that it worked.
What'd you do for work over the summer?
I worked at a sports bar in Mitchell called Blarney's, and I was just a server, so.
Well, I was just going to say, I was wondering if you were going to work at Pizza Hut again somewhere. So.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about that. When I was out here, I couldn't find a job right away, so I was like, I might just have to end up working at Pizza Hut again, but I found another one. So.
Well, let's talk a little bit about how the year went. You guys finished at 18-14, and especially. Just kind of following some of your box scores throughout the season. You always have those tough losses sometimes, but, the showing you guys really put that Great Plains Athletic Conference, big win over Midland, and, tough one to lose, but, what a wild one you had against Northwestern. Was this a team that did kind of improve as you went throughout the year?
Yeah, it was, right, we put in, a motion offense, and that was, the biggest thing, going into the season. We didn't know, how it was going to work out, and, if we were going to be able to trust each other and, make the right passes and the right cuts and stuff like that. But, as the season went on, our motion offense got much better, and then we just played better as a team, and I think that, the better that our offense was, the better we were as a team. So, yeah, we started off the season. We were on a 5-game skid in the conference, and then we went 8 of 9. Then we lost 4 in a row, and then we won 5 in a row to end the season, I think. So it was, there's a lot of tough teams in the GPAC, so that's just kind of how it went.
Talk a little bit about, having that motion offense. Obviously, the system before really was predicated on, trying to always get you that ball on the block. This motion offense, as Coach Wilbur, when I was talking with him about a week ago, one of the things he was impressed with was, your ability to, just your basketball IQ and being able to kind of going out and picking up this offense quickly, because from what he made it sound like, it was, definitely a different offensive approach from what you had the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, no, the first 2 seasons we were more like a set offense of where we were supposed to go, where we were supposed to cut. And with this one, it was a lot more free, and we were free to do whatever we wanted, and we just kind of had to trust each other with what we were doing. And as right away, none of us got it down. It was
Right.
ugly right away when we first started running it. But, as the season went on, we started trusting each other more and stuff like that. So, we just really bought into what Wilbur was, trying to preach, and we were really just, we knew that's what we had to do to win.
Is that a little scary at first going into kind of a new offense like that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think I was thinking back when he told me we were going to run a motion offense. I don't think I had ever run a motion offense in my life. I think
Right.
it was always just, in high school we ran a flex and then like a side pick and roll, and then in college, we ran two. I can't remember what we ran freshman year, but then sophomore year we ran a side pick and roll offense again. So yeah, it was kind of scary when he was talking about a motion offense and what I was going to have to learn and what I was going to have to do. It was different than what I had ever done before.
14-17 a year ago. Again, the Tigers improved 18-14. And speaking about Jalen himself, then you're here in your junior season, averaging just short of 21 points and 7.5 rebounds and earning all conference honors and the third team All-American honors. Jalen, what are some things that you credit to your success? You've been able to kind of improve every year. What are some things you think that's helped you along the way?
As far as like what I've been taught, or like
a little of both, or just what have you learned too? As a player, you learn.
Right.
One of the fun things about you and watching your career is, and just any athlete, you kind of learn how to make yourself better. You learn a little more about yourself with some of those things as well.
Yeah, and in the off season and stuff, my freshman year, I realized that the college game is just much quicker than high school was, and it's something I really had to get used to. So then that summer, I really focused on getting in shape and doing that kind of stuff, but then I kind of didn't really, I kind of steered away from like working on like my skills and stuff like that. But then in between sophomore and junior year, I really worked on like my skills and all that stuff. And then this season, as the season went on, more double teams were coming at me and stuff like that. So it was harder for me to score at some of the points. But Coach Wilbur did a really good job of, helping me out with that and showing me, what to do in the right times and, dribbling out of a double team and passing away. And, I think this year, my assists were up too, so that helped a lot. And yeah, so I don't know. It was just it's always a learning process, and it's just kind of how it goes.
And especially with that offense, I was kind of thinking where, like you said, it's the getting used to each other. Once you got that timing down and understanding where everybody's going, it opens up a lot of things. But again, I'm sure that was kind of just something you kind of learn through you go out the year, because obviously with the motion offense, there is a lot of ability to break somebody down and get a good pass out of that double team.
Yeah, exactly. And, they double, and then, I just have to, a lot of times I'd dribble out of it, and then, I'd find the open guy, and whether that was for a three, which was normally, I think that's what I would do. I'd kick it out, and we had guys on our team who could just knock down threes like it was nothing. Right. So.
Obviously, you're just coming out of this junior season, but as you get ready here for your senior season, I would imagine that you're kind of chomping at that bit, seeing if you guys can, keep making that steady progress forward like you've had so far through the first 3 years.
Yeah, obviously, our goal is to make the national tournament and, make a run in it. But Coach Wilbur always preaches, we play possessions and we play games, like we don't, if we're playing a team who, we don't think is as great and we got another great team, the game after, we just got to focus on the game ahead of us. And then after that and practice the next day, then we can focus on the next game. And I know, in the off season, I think it's more, just about development and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, and we're definitely hungry.
What are some of the things that you're gonna work on over the summer?
Well, Coach Wilbur likes to joke around a lot. He says this off season I'll probably be doing point guard drills. So
he kind of made that same joke to me too.
Yeah. And then he says I got to get my feet quicker. He wants me to be better face up to the basket and stuff like that. And I don't know. I guess that's basically my main emphasis.
Once again, we're talking here with former Worthington Trojan Jalen Voss, again completing an outstanding season out at Dakota Wesleyan University out in Mitchell, South Dakota. And Jalen, again, it's been a lot of fun. Continue the great work. And anything else you want to say to the public before we go? Any parting words?
No, I think that's good. I think we covered everything.
Jalen, as always, thanks for the time, buddy. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yep. See you, Jared. Thanks.
Well,